So another way to look at covenants is to think of them as holy manners. So we have, legalistic kinds of things, which is the domain of law. So, especially in our society right now, we really, everybody sues everybody for everything, and our congregations are not immune from that. There's times when a disgruntled member might threaten a lawsuit or actually bring forth legal action over some wrong that they're feeling. But we also have this domain of free choice upon which our congregations are based, this whole idea of the freedom of coming together not out of coercion, but out of intention and out of desire to make the world a better place. This is how our congregations are formed. They don't work if we don't have that. So, what does that look like in between those two places? One way of looking at this is it's all about manners, which, we now need columnists to really help us understand the nuances of manners. But part of it is really obedience to the unenforceable. So a covenant is not a legalistic kind of document or understanding. It's a document of articulation that's really unenforceable in a legalistic sort of way. But if someone's not in covenant or doesn't want to be in covenant with the rest of the congregation, their relationship with the congregation does not work within the context of congregational polity, if that makes sense.
Renee, can I just add there? The idea that this is a self-imposed obedience. It's the idea that I am choosing to bend in order to be in relationship, and a group of people choosing to bend towards a common agreement in order to strengthen the relationships of the whole.
Excellent. And I just read something recently. I mean, again, this is, just like partnerships between, romantic partnerships. Studies show that successful romantic partnerships are where people are willing to be changed by the relationship. And that's true in our congregations as well. And part of being able to do that is sort of having an ease of being together. But also there's, we're not always our best selves. And so what the congregation also does is helps to teach us and remind us what it means to have those kinds of manners. So there's Stephen Carter in his book Civility has a quote where the freedom that humans possess is not the freedom to do what we like, but the freedom to do what is right. So there's this idea that we as humans hold ourselves to a standard that we may not always be happy with, but we recognize that it's right, and what our desires might not be in alignment with what's best in the bigger picture. And being in an accountable relationship with one another helps us to refine that understanding for ourselves and for one another. And it's also about making respectful behavior the norm, the way we do it here. So there's a little cartoon here. There's a gentleman with a little girl, and he says, here's the church, here's the steeple, and inside here there's all the people. And the little girl says, shouldn't they be arguing with each other like at our church? And it says, kids say the darndest thing. So part of it is we really want to create communities where the norm is to be respectful with one another.